How do you respond to gaslighting? Well, first of all, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is when somebody purposefully tries to get you to doubt what you saw, heard, believe, experienced, felt, or perceived. So the person is trying to get you to doubt yourself, often to believe instead what the gaslighter wants you to believe, often to get what the gaslighter wants. It could be power over you, it could be control, it could be for you to give in and do what the gaslighter wants. It could be to get you to be doubt yourself and have low self-esteem so you won't question whether or not this person is good for you. Whatever that is, the gaslighter wants something and is using gaslighting to get you to doubt yourself. So all kinds of people gaslight you. It could be an intimate relationship like a partner, spouse. It could be an ex-spouse. It could be a child, an adult child. It could be an employer. It could be a parent. It could be a sibling. It could be any relative. It could be a friend. It could be the government, all kinds of people. It could be someone in a church leader or someone. So all kinds of people use gaslighting manipulatively to get you to give in to their control, their domination, their power over you. So how do you respond to gaslighting? First, you have to recognize that you're being gaslighted. If you don't recognize it, how can you figure out the best way to respond to it? So you've got to know when you feel that somebody is getting you to doubt yourself, questioning you, making you say, oh, am I wrong? Did I see that? Did I hear that? Maybe I'm not thinking the right way. Maybe I shouldn't have made that decision. Maybe I shouldn't think that that wasn't okay. Maybe it really was okay. So when you start to question yourself, based on what somebody else has said or a look somebody gives you or something somebody is telling you they're going to do, recognize what gaslighting is. And often the number one sign is, oh, I'm questioning myself based on what this person just said. I'm doubting myself. When I'm doubting myself, is it because I'm not trusting myself, or is it because somebody is trying to make me not trust myself, my own perceptions and experiences and beliefs? Okay, so the first thing is recognize it. You've got to recognize when you're being gaslighted. Then second, you got two choices: let it work or don't let it work. So obviously the best response is don't let it work. I'm not going to give into this. I'm not going to allow this person to get me to doubt myself. So no, when I start questioning myself, I'm going to recognize, no, I know what I saw. I know what I felt. I know what I experienced. I know what I think. I know what's not okay with me. I'm not going to let you get me to doubt myself. Okay, so sometimes the best thing to do is to just hold tight and just say, I'm not letting this work. That's it. So that's the second way to respond to gaslighting. And then the third is, do you respond to the gaslighter? Sometimes no. Sometimes it's better just to dig in your heels and say, I'm not letting this work, and just to walk away, because any conversation you have with a gaslighter is going to be more gaslighting. It's going to be working harder to make you believe the gaslighting. So sometimes, especially if you're feeling really, not strong, best to just walk away and go keep, making yourself stronger and reinforcing your perceptions and your beliefs. But sometimes you want to let the gaslighter know, look, I'm on to you. I get it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to gaslight me. I'm not buying into it. And I'm going to let you know that this isn't working. Here are some of the things you can say. Don't gaslight me. Okay. Don't gaslight me. Very simple. That isn't true. I like that one. I've said that one. That's the way you see it. I see it differently. And you say these with confidence. You don't scream and yell. You don't say it with a timid voice. You just say it very confidently. That's not the way I see it. That's not what I believe. I see it differently. I feel differently. Okay. The next one is, and you're just letting the person know, okay, I'll think about that, but no, it's not really affecting me. It's not really getting to me. You're not getting to me. Okay. I'm just kind of, whatever. I don't believe that. That's a little stronger. Here's an even stronger one. Don't lie to me. I know what I saw. Don't lie to me. I know what I did. Don't lie to me. I know what I experienced. I know what I heard. Okay, so that one, you can hear the fact that I'm saying that with more strength, with more confidence, is because that one's kind of like, don't get in my space. Don't tell me that. I'm not buying into that. You're letting the person know with a little bit more authority, a little bit more of an imperative tone that no, not that's not going to work. And then the next one, which is kind of a rhetorical question: do you really think I'm going to believe that? Do you really think I'm going to buy into that? Do you really think that's going to work on me? Do you really, really think that that's going to be effective? And that has a certain message that gives. And then you can simply say something like, wow, I can't believe you'd stoop to that. I can't believe that you'd actually say that. I'm really surprised that you would stoop to that level. Or how dare you? How dare you try to make me question myself? How dare you say that to me? So those are different types of responses where you can, again, only if you're strong enough to not let the gaslighter's response to that throw you off and get you to actually be gaslighted. So remember, you cannot force a gaslighter to stop gaslighting. You can only decide whether it's going to work on you and how you're going to respond to it. And, it's really interesting that, a lot of the videos that I make have scriptural component. The scribes and Pharisees really tried to gaslight Jesus. They tried to get him off his game. They tried to trick him because they wanted to accuse him and they wanted to trip him up. They wanted to get him to say something that they could use against him. So they were always kind of setting up a situation. And one of those was in John 8:1-9, and you're probably familiar with that. And that's when they brought the woman caught in adultery to Jesus. And they were basically trying to trick him, saying, should she be stoned? Because the law of Moses said that. And so, Jesus was not easy to trick. You couldn't gaslight Jesus, but they kept trying. So they wanted him to say something wrong. And Jesus basically threw it back on them. He basically said, really? Well, which one of you is without sin? Okay, you go ahead, you throw that first stone. And they all walked away because none of them was. So what Jesus did was he turned that around onto them. Now he has much more authority than any one of us has. But I'm saying that, again, how you respond can send a message to people and it can have an impact on them. So you're, again, not going to change the gaslighter, but you get to decide, is it going to work? And the most important thing for you, if you have any gaslighters in your life, is you're going to get strong enough that it does not work, that you recognize the gaslighting, that you refuse to let it work. And then you've got to make a decision. What am I going to say or not say? Okay, so thank you for watching this video on how to respond to gaslighting. I hope that this has helped you. Hope you will check out my website, my changemyrelationship.com, and also that you will watch more videos and check out my resources. So, okay, God bless. Thank you.